You're watching Moms Matter. I'm your host, Shirin Yadigar. I have two Iranian warriors in LA with me right now, an incredible filmmaker who you may not have heard of, but you're going to learn a lot about right now, Hossein, and we have Matia, this beautiful, vibrant woman who I met just by chance, but there's no such thing as chance, and so you're here now in the studio with us. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
We were just speaking a moment ago about the love of Iran and how we have the most beautiful culture. And such a shame that we have a government and a regime right now that is suppressing so much of the beauty and the arts and the women life freedom that you've been following for so long and pushing hard on. As a filmmaker, what are you doing now to help amplify these voices so that we can make some change?
Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity, first of all, Sharon. I think I'm a filmmaker. I do both fictional films and documentary films, and I think documentary genre is a perfect medium to talk about social change. And it's the most powerful medium. I mean, there are examples of documentaries that have brought, multi-billion-dollar corporations down, governments down, instigated movements. Okay, it's basically a documentary film. A great documentary film inspires action in people, encourages people to take a step forward and do something about their situation. And so because of that, I think it's a very powerful tool in our hands to do something about our social issues. Speaking of Iran, I think, it applies to Iran as, well as any other country. And I think because of the situation in Iran, we should really emphasize more of good media work. I'm not talking about YouTube clips. I'm not talking about didactic, clips about how bad the regime is. Everybody knows how bad the regime is. The question is, how are we going to tell empowering stories and talk about the fact that this regime is not as strong as it pretends to be? Yes. And that we can actually bring it down. So telling those empowering stories, very, very important, particularly because a lot of people think and feel powerless. My mother has been telling me that these guys will go for the past 40 years, right? Yes. Every day. They're going to go next week, they're going to go next month, they're going to go next year. And that has not happened. And I think one of the, and that kind of reinforces that feeling of apathy. The feeling that, these guys are too strong, we're too small, we're powerless, we cannot do anything about the situation about them. And I think that is a false feeling. And that's precisely what keeps these guys in power. The moment you take that power out, they will be on a much shakier ground. Let me put it that way. And of course, we have had all these movements, the Green Movement, Mahsa Amini, the rest of it. So our aim, my aim, and Mahdi's aim with this film is to tap into, that energy that, yes, this regime is weaker than it pretends it is, and we are more powerful than we think we are, and we can do something about the situation. So we want this to be an inspiring, work of art.
I mean, I think you're absolutely right that film is the most powerful medium we have. And Matijin, when we met, you talked about women and music and how the arts precede anything else, right? Because it's not political. And so how are you going to use music in this film that you're creating to try and speak to the world about what's happening?
So our voice, I found out how is important and powerful as an individual for myself to express my power in it, to find my power in my voice. So we were, I remember that we were not allowed to sing in Iran as a woman. It was seen, forbidden for regime and for Islam, but it's not. Islam is all about Iqra, Bekhan. I think we are wrongly covered by misunderstanding of all historical stories, which comes from Vedas, religionists, old stories. So they are being using against human power to make us. I think we need to see the deepness we are doing it because no one is doing it from outside. This is a part of our consciousness. So our dark sides take us to the deepness, to the pain. We see what we don't want it anymore. Bring light in it. So we want to, with Hussein, we want to express how singing can help every individual can find their own voice, their own power, wherever they are in the world. In a village, while they are cooking, while they are like planting, anything they are doing, they don't need to come out of their country to express themselves. Find any media even. They need to just find their voice in home, in small home, to express themselves to their partners, to their children. What they don't like, what they like, and how they can find the gem inside. So this is going to be actually a gathering of women singers, of Iranian singers, who they went through a lot of hardship in Iran, but they stand for that. And they didn't give up. We have a lot of women singers, artists. I mean, blessing for all those that they are not in body anymore, just by force of government, just because of their expression with lyrics. But I'm so happy for too much. We did it. We did it. With I say like together we are stronger. We need together. We put our intentions and actions together and voices together.
So through this documentary that you'll be creating together, you're going to use the voices of Iranian women to express what is happening right now in Iran.
Yes.
Yes, would you like? Okay.
Yeah, you go.
Yes, of course. I mean, the film will have different layers. Any good film has more than just one layer.
Sure.
Different layers. I mean, so the first layer is socio-political. I mean, not even political; it's social, right? I mean, women's rights. I mean, the problem with Iran is that the regime treats every civil discourse as political.
Correct.
It's not political. I mean, the way I, wear my clothes becomes a political issue. It shouldn't be a political issue. What you do in your bedroom should not be a political issue, but for the regime, it is a political issue. So whatever you do socially is a political issue. So when I say sociopolitical in an Iranian context, right? Otherwise, these are not political things in America or in Canada and other countries. So the first layer is we talk about that social aspect, right? That socio-political aspect of women being able to voice their voices, okay? Talk about their desires and, hopes and fears, okay? That's the first part, the first layer. The second layer is about the healing power of music. How do we heal? Because at the end of the day, I mean, every documentary you make, every good film you make is about healing, should be about healing. There's a problem, there's a wound out there, and you want to heal it. Now, how do we go about doing that? So that healing layer, and the music has such a healing power, okay? So in itself, it's a remedy. So let's use that remedy to heal this 40-year-old wound.
Yes.
And on the third level, it's a question of connecting with people in Iran, with young women in Iran, with aspiring singers in Iran, and inspire them and encourage them to go on.
Beautiful.
To do what they want to do, to sing their songs, and to voice their protest. So it has three different layers, and I think if we hit the notes right, it's going to be a great film.
Beautiful. And you will be singing in the film.
That's right.
Do we get a prelude to that right now? A moment of your voice, because the first time I met you, which was just very recently, I connected with your soul because I see it through your eyes. And I think we both have such a love for our people. And you were a teenager when you had to leave. I was just a baby. But the love for your country and your people is so eminent. And you want through this film to be able to speak to people all over the world, to show the beauty of your country and your people. And you know that you can do this through your voice. So I would love, I see the spirit in your eyes. I would love for everyone to hear just a little bit of your voice. Give us a glimpse and a prelude into this film that's going to hopefully make social change in Iran.
Okay, sure. Thank you. حقیقت نه مجاز است، در میکده باز است که این قصه دراز است. رازی که بر غیر نگفتیم و نگوییم، با دوست بگوییم که او محرم راز است. با دوست بگوییم که او محرم راز است.
Wow. It like penetrates in your soul, even if you don't understand the words. Can you translate that for us?
Yeah, it's a beautiful poem from Rumi. Rumi, it's connected to my soul in a beautiful realm and frequency. It talks about the unconditional love, which is in our heart, and it's called as a bar of wine, and it says bar is open forever. It's eternal. You just need to take your glass, go and take, and this is the only secret. He only says two. They know it, friends, dost. And the truth is not what we see as a holographic. The truth is something else. Yeah.
Wow, wow. I like have the chills. It's so beautiful.
Thank you so much.
How do we make sure that this film comes to fruition?
Yeah, very good question. We don't really have a creativity problem.
No.
So yeah, so that part is covered, and of course, I have the full commitment and participation of Mahdi and a couple of other singers. I've been making films for the past 25 years. So I have my team, and we're going to go to different countries, and of course, we're going to come to the U.S. The story is that these girls, they all have left Iran. They have come here. They meet here, and they decide to do a big concert in New York City. Okay, about raising awareness about the situation of women in Iran and the rest of it. And so that is the storyline, the basic storyline. In terms of what we need, of course, a big chunk of, a big element in the making of a good film is finances. So we've got to get support, financial and otherwise. We have already received some funding, but it's about 1/5 of our budget. So we have to raise the rest. And the way we basically finance a documentary film is that we go to different sources. So, 25,000 comes from here, 50,000 comes from there, 100,000 comes here and from there, and then, we put it together and, we make the film. So we're in the fundraising phase right now, and the pre-production, of course, of the film. And hopefully, we'll get the support we need to realize the project.
I want to add something. With seeing your last name, it's going to be Gudi Adegar this moment.
Yes?
That's right.
Yes.
It's gonna.
Well, I hope that this moment here in Los Angeles, us coming together, will help you bring this film to fruition sooner than later.
Yeah.
We're going to post the link, so anyone who wants to learn more, who wants to donate, who wants to help produce, get involved. I mean, we have a very vibrant, strong Iranian community here in Los Angeles, and we all desperately want to go back to our motherland, and we desperately want to go and sing and break bread and enjoy the culture of this beautiful country. And we know we can't do it with the current regime.
No.
So hopefully your film will be a part of the solution. And we hope that we can do whatever we can to support you both in making it happen.
Thank you very much.
It was really, it was an honor to have you both here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you both for doing all that you're doing, all the incredible films you're creating, and your beautiful spirit and energy. I hope that more people like this in their creativity can come together really to create social change in the world, because that's really our purpose, I think, all of us here on this earth.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much
We
for your
appreciate it.
being, what you are
Absolutely.
putting in this world with your gift.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Everybody, I am going to post the link. If you want to get involved, find out more information. Let's all join forces and have positive impact in this world. We can do it. It's super simple to do. Thank you for watching today. We'll see you all next time right here on Moms Matter.